Alright, so I'm going to talk about a TED video that we watched in Mr. Squire's class. This was kind of a while ago, but it was done by Benjamin Zander, and he was sort of talking about how everyone secretly loves classical music. Now don't get me wrong, there are definitely people, especially older people, who really do genuinely enjoy classical music and it's like their favorite genre. But for most modern citizens of the world, it's not their go-to music to listen to, and that's fine. I mean, it's not mine either, but I think it's because we feel like popular music and more modern music is the only type of music that we can feel emotionally connected to, or that we can really feel in our system, if that makes any sense. We can really feel it in our souls. It's the only type of music that we could possibly have some sort of connection to, because it's so much more obvious than classical music, which, that's fine, and I think there's some truth to that, and that's totally cool. But I think a lot of people tend to sort of, block themselves from ever, trying to feel something with music that's more classical and traditional and doesn't have all of the extra stimulus and electronic beats and heavy bass and, obvious lyrics that tell you exactly what's going on in the song. It's all instrumental and, not as bold, if that makes any sense, not as obvious. And Mr. Squires talked about something in class that sort of connected to that. He was saying that when people have a conversation with each other and they're trying to prove something to each other, it's almost like a useless conversation in most cases. So say there's some sort of argument going on, and both people strongly believe they're right, and they just go back and forth and they tell each other why they're right. But it's since they believe so strongly that they're right and the other person cannot possibly be correct in any sense, it's literally just they're spewing sound at each other and nothing is going through to the other person, and no one is genuinely trying to understand each other and try to come to some sort of actual consensus. Consensus? Is that a word? I believe so. About what the truth of the situation actually is. If that makes sense. It's just kind of you're just throwing things at each other, and it's you're not actually taking any of it in and trying to be oh, maybe I was wrong. It happens with everyone. And it's sort of similar to the whole classical music thing. You're there's no way I could feel something for that music. But then if you really try to allow yourself to understand it and really listen to it and maybe create some sort of scenario in your head that might connect with that sort of music, then maybe you can feel something. And Benjamin Zander does an excellent job of trying to get people to feel something with Chopin. I think that's how you say his name. With Chopin's piece, it's called something. It's an E minor. It's a really beautiful piece. Maybe I'll just play a little bit of it. But yeah, he Benjamin Zander plays it on the piano for everyone, and he tells them all to try to imagine a situation, sort of, it's kind of like a sad song, sort of a sad situation that would go with that music, and then he plays it, real slowly and passionately. And I think, you know, what he does is so important because then people are like really feeling something for this piece that was that was created to produce some sort of emotion, you know? Chopin's goal was to make people feel something when he wrote this. And the fact that so many modern citizens just can't feel something for it is like, oh my gosh. And, you know, I connect with this a lot because, you know, as a musician myself, my ultimate goal is to try and get people to really feel something with my music. I mean, that's just, it's amazing when people come up to me and they're like, oh my god, like you made me like cry or something. I mean, that doesn't happen that often now, but it has happened, and it's just the best feeling because it's like they understand and they get it. So I'm gonna try that now. I'm going to play a little guitar here, and I want you to sort of imagine a scenario or a situation in your head that might go with the music I'm trying to play, and then see if you feel something for it. So, here we go. Now I'm going to put words to it and see if you can really allow yourself to understand the lyrics and the words that I'm saying, as well as the music, and see if you can really sort of feel something. Feel what I'm feeling. I don't know. Your eyes are melted by fire, and your mind started to burn, because your heart's new desire had taken an unexpected turn. But baby, don't you see, out of your small fraction, a fish in the sea, you only accidentally chose me. So I guarantee others will swim by with scales that really shine, bigger and more beautiful than mine, and that's just fine. So that's it. I hope you're able to connect to some sort of extent with that, or at least feel something. So yeah, that's about it. Until next time, adios.